It is 12:46 a.m. Central Time in the States as I do this video. Sunday, September 16th, 2018. Let me say a happy Mexican Independence Day to everybody out there. Viva Mexico. I watched this fight on a bit of a delay. That's why I'm doing my post-fight a little bit late. It took a long time for the main event to start. I thought I'd sneak in a little nap. By the time I woke up, the ninth round was starting. And that was live. And as I looked at the guys meet in the middle of the ring, just from the eye test, Triple G appeared to be the more beat up guy. So I went back and watched the fight from the beginning, watched the intros and everything. Watched every round, every second, every punch. And let me just say, for myself, for the Wingy Boxing, the Adelaide Birds, and everybody else out there who felt that Canelo won the first fight, and Canelo himself, we are vindicated. We are vindicated from this performance tonight. Canelo should be proud. I am proud of Canelo. Canelo Alvarez, let me give you a salute. Let me give you a round of applause. You won this fight clearly tonight. Hell, I believe on my card, I think you won this fight more convincingly than you won the first fight. To the Triple G crowd out there, Team Golovkin, you know, I don't want to hear any whining. I don't want to hear any complaining. I don't want to hear robbery. I don't want to hear nothing like that. Because when I said and others said that Canelo won the first fight with boxing, with movement, fighting off the back foot, boxing skill, what did all of you Golovkin lovers and people who don't know boxing, what did y'all say? Oh, Canelo, he ran. He ran the whole fight. Triple G walked him down. Canelo ran. He ran. What do you have to say now? What do you have to say now? Tonight, or last night I should say, it was Triple G who was on the back foot and not boxing well. It was Triple G who was running in this fight, not Canelo. Abel Sanchez dared 154-pound champion at one point, red-headed Mexican Canelo Alvarez, undersized middleweight. He dared Canelo to meet Triple G in the middle of the ring. He dared him to not run. And let me give another salute to Roy Jones Jr., the great Roy Jones Jr., pound for pound king of the 90s. He pointed it out excellently. You know, how can Abel Sanchez complain? How can Triple G crowd complain when they dared Canelo to fight in the middle of the ring, stand in the middle of the ring with Golovkin? How can they complain about the decision, whine, say they got robbed and screwed, when Canelo stood his ground in the middle of the ring, traded with the big bad wolf Triple G? You know, how can the Golovkin crowd whine and complain? Hell, during the fight, Abel Sanchez admitted himself that that they were losing the fight. Came out of his mouth. He said Triple G between one of the rounds. You know, between two of the rounds. So I don't want to hear any crying from Abel Sanchez. You know, Canelo did exactly what you dared him to do, and he beat you at your own game. This undersized middleweight, where everybody said ran, got outboxed, lost to Golovkin. He met big bad power punching, undefeated Triple G in the middle of the ring at T-Mobile, and went punch for punch with this guy. Took this guy's best shots and outboxed him in the middle of the ring, in my opinion. As I said in the first fight, you know, I felt that Canelo outboxed him on the outside and the inside in the first fight. This fight, Canelo did not take a back step until the later part of the fight, the 10th, 11th, 12th rounds, somewhere in that range, which I will get to in a second when I go through my notes that I took for the fight. Now, let's go to the official scores. Glenn Feldman scored it 114-114, a draw, which was overruled by Moretti and Weisfeld, who scored it 115-113 for Canelo. Now, I have said this many times before, and I'm going to say it again. I respect Harold Letterman. He's been around a long time. He's been on HBO for over 30 years. It's time for him to retire. It's time for Harold Letterman to go. Harold Letterman scored this fight 116-112 for Golovkin. 8 rounds to 4. When his own co-workers, colleagues at HBO, Max Kellerman and Roy Jones, from the way they were calling the fight, they felt that Canelo was winning rounds. They felt that he was winning the fight. Of course, Triple G's buddy, his texting bud, Jim Lampley, is not going to come out and say it. He's going to try to, you know, defend and prop up Triple G as best he can. You know, massage him on the ass. Harold Letterman, another terrible job, man. You know, we are not on the same page when it comes to scoring fights and seeing fights, man. You know, no official judge had Golovkin winning the fight, much less had him winning by 4 rounds. You know, that was Harold Letterman, man. Definitely in 2018, he is, you know, up well past his bedtime, all right? He needs to go to bed. He needs to retire. All right, now, for all the Triple G supporters, for all the Adelaide Bird bashers, you know, for all of you guys, for anybody who feels that Triple G won this fight, that Triple G got robbed, that Adelaide Bird didn't know what she was doing, you know, all of you types, all right? You are not going to like what I'm about to say, you know, and I'm pretty sure by now you have not liked what I've said, and you probably have clicked the thumbs down button, which I don't give a damn about, okay? Hope you do. All right, my scorecard for this fight. I didn't think this fight was close, just like I didn't think the first fight was close. I had Canelo winning the first fight 7-3-2. He won 7 rounds, Golovkin won 3, and there were 2 even rounds. That was the way I saw the first fight. How did I see this fight? I had Canelo winning this fight 118-113. 118-113. I had Canelo winning this fight by 5 points. I had 3 even rounds. I believe I only gave Golovkin 2 rounds in this fight. I do believe. So I think, let's see, that would be what, 7-2-3, I believe. Yeah. 7-2-3. I think I had for Canelo in this fight. Winning this fight. 7-2-3 as opposed to 7-3-2. All right. A higher score. He got a 118 in this fight as opposed to 117 in the first fight. Now, for anybody out there who's feeling, oh, that's a bad scorecard and, Triple G got screwed, etc., etc. If I give Golovkin the 3 even rounds on my scorecard, he still loses. He still loses the fight. If I give him the even rounds, Canelo still wins 115-113, which is the same score that Moretti and Wisefield gave Canelo. So, that still would not be off the mark. That'd be right in line with those guys. The guys who scored it for Canelo. So, I don't want to hear any whining from the Golovkin crowd. All y'all said was, oh, Canelo ran, he ran. If there was Alexander Lara, if there was Floyd Mayweather, they would have said they gave Triple G a boxing lesson. That's what they would have said. But because it was Canelo, because it was hate for Canelo, hate for Oscar, whatever it was, because they were Triple G fans, whatever it was, all of a sudden, a guy boxing off the back foot, showing great defense and skill, he was running. But tonight, Canelo proved you all wrong. This undersized middleweight guy moving up, fighting the all-time great middleweight, the power-punching middleweight, stood right there in the pocket with the guy, man. Had Golovkin on the back foot the majority of the fight. He was the one who was backing up. So I don't want to hear any excuses from the Golovkin crowd tonight. No excuses. I do not want to hear any whining, nothing about robbery. You cannot say Canelo ran. This guy was strong. He was tough. He showed a great chin. He displayed great stamina. And while I'm on that, let me say this. Let me get to this, all right? For all of the people out there who gonna, whine and complain about the clenbuterol, the failed drug test, and Canelo was a cheater, and tell to anybody out there who may say, well, damn, Trav, you were advocate for, for clean sports, clean boxing, clean boxing program, and random blood and urine testing, why would you be picking this guy? Why would you be celebrating this guy? Why would you say he won the fight? He a cheater, to all the people who say those things, all right? Let me say, I have said many times, I have said many times, and I said it, first off, when Canelo popped, I did not defend Canelo. I pointed out how I contacted WBC, and I basically confronted them and asked them why and how were they giving Canelo 2 title shots against Golovkin without being enrolled in the clean boxing program. They did not give me a good response, man, saying that just because, he did vital testing for his fights, that, they considered the same thing, when it was not the same thing. It was not random year-round drug testing, all right? And then ultimately, Canelo popped, and I didn't give Canelo a pass. I said I wanted this fight, the first fight, the Cinco de Mayo fight, I wanted that fight canceled. I wanted Canelo to face a suspension or whatever the consequences were, I wanted them to come down because the sanctioning bodies were not doing it. You can go back to my videos and check that. I was not giving Canelo a pass for for popping. He should have been, aware of what was being put in his system. I'm not taking no tainted meat excuse, But I said back when I was making those videos during that time period that guys like Golovkin, Golovkin when Canelo popped, was Golovkin backing out of the fight? Was Golovkin screaming and saying, "Oh, he's a cheater. I'm not gonna fight him. Fights off. I'm not gonna get in with a cheater. I believe in clean competition." That's not what Golovkin didn't say it. Abel Sanchez didn't say it. Tom Loeffler didn't say it. They all wanted to fight. You know, they had criticism for Canelo, but they wanted to fight because they wanted the money. You know, and I said in the video that you know, these guys putting their championships at risk, they putting their health at risk. You know, Golovkin put his undefeated record, he put his O at risk. You know, fighting, you know, trying to fight somebody who failed a drug test. You know, so I don't want to hear any whining from, you know, I'm talking about, oh, you know, well, he was cheating, he failed. You know, they took the fight. They took the fight. The guy failed a test. They still decided to fight him in a rematch on September 15, 2018. Why? Because they wanted the money, they wanted the glory, they wanted to maybe, you know, right what they felt was wrong with the draw. But most of all, they wanted the money. And Golovkin's he's getting his check. He's getting his, you know, $10+ million check, whatever he's making for this fight. He's getting well compensated, you know. But he didn't have to fight Canelo. You know, he did not, man. You know, he was the one who decided that he wanted to get back in. You know, I've said, man, you know, guys ducking drug testing, guys failing drug tests. You know, these guys need to think about their health, their family, their reputation, their careers. You know, their legacy. You know, why get in with guys like this? You know, so I don't want to hear any whine or excuses about that. Also, you know, Canelo had failed. He had been suspended. You know, the guy was under the microscope, man. He was under heavy scrutiny, man. You know, he had to enroll in the clean boxing program. You know, he was ranked. The WBC, if I remember correctly, they removed him from the rankings because he did not enroll. And then they were saying that, you know, that he wasn't going to enroll until Golovkin signed up for the fight. Ultimately, in a day or two, they changed their mind. They saw the backlash. Canelo enrolled in the clean boxing program, so he was subject to random year-round drug testing. It had not been reported that he failed a test leading up to this fight, and you know there had to been extensive testing with Canelo failing a test. You know, with the State Athletic Commission, with Avada, with the WBC. You know, and hell, if 360 Promotions, Tom Loeffler, if those guys were smart, they would have, you know, they would have been in prison for testing with Canelo, man. So, you know, no excuses about you know, about the drug testing, about Canelo failing. You know, he failed. The fight got canceled, which is what I wanted. I did not want that fight to continue with him failing drug tests. You know, the fight got canceled. He served his suspension. He has been enrolled in the clean boxing program, and it has not been reported that he failed any tests. So, you know, and also people were saying that, you know, since he failed, since, you know, he's enrolled in the clean boxing program, they talked about Canelo body changed, he was smaller and all this and that, you know. So, you know, I don't want to hear any excuses about drugs and drug testing, you know. You know, the guy, he failed, he served suspension, he enrolled in the clean boxing program, and I've been reported that he failed in a test, and Golovkin decided to fight the guy. You know, they had the perfect excuse, they had the perfect way out. You know, if they felt that Canelo was a tough fight, or that Golovkin was going to have an unfair advantage, his old could be at risk, his health could be at risk, championship could be at risk, fighting a cheater, as they want to claim this guy was a cheater. Well, I felt if you feel the guy was a cheater, why are you gonna fight the guy? You know, why are you gonna get in and fight the guy if you think he's a cheater? You know, that I said that all along, man. If you feel like a guy's a cheater, man, don't fight him. You know, if you fight him and you lose, don't complain, man. You should not have taken that fight. You know, so that's the way I feel about it, man. I don't want to hear no whine, no excuses about that, man. You know, and I'm still a very strong advocate for clean fighting and clean sports, man. But you know, the guy failed, served suspension. He's been enrolled in the clean boxing program. It has not been announced that he failed in the test, man. And everybody was saying that he was smaller, so feeling like he was a cheater, and he was no longer able to cheat, and he was smaller. He met Golovkin, big bad Golovkin, in the middle of the ring, and went toe-to-toe with the guy, man. Took the guy's best shots, did not go down, man. You know, showed a hell of a chin. A guy who went up in weight class, you know, fighting this big, bad, strong Triple G, you know. Triple G, in my opinion, once again got exposed, man. You know, and I am proud to say, you know, Kell Brook should be proud, man. As a Kell Brook fan, I'm proud, you know, of Kell Brook. I thought about Kell a lot watching this fight, man. You know, it was like watching that fight all over again, man. You know, as I've said before, and I will always say, I strongly believe if Kell Brook did not suffer injury in that fight, I think he would have won that fight, man. He was outboxing Triple G. You know, he was outboxing Triple G, in my opinion. And, you know, he was doing it mainly from the middle of the ring. You know, and Canelo, it looked like Kell Brook all over again, man. You know, not as dominant in the beginning like Kell Brook was, but I felt that he was winning those rounds. He was outboxing the guy in the middle of the ring, and what happened? In the third round, you could visibly see near the end of the third round, Golovkin was starting to breathe heavy, man. Just like he did with Kell Brook, man. You know, he was breathing heavy early in the Kell Brook fight, and Kell really was not even going to the body that much, man. He was just outboxing the guy in the middle of the ring, and had Golovkin starting to gas, man, starting to huff and puff. Golovkin got desperate for a stoppage, man, and luckily for him, he got it. You know, with Engel waving a towel. But it was like watching that fight all over again. But imagine that Kell was able to continue, which Canelo did, man. Canelo continued in this fight, and he was able to make it to the finish line, man. And I strongly feel and believe that he won this fight, man. Now, let me go to my notes for the fight. All right. I know a lot of people might not like this, the Golovkin supporters. I don't give a damn, all right? This is the way I saw the fight, and let me say, it is 1:07 a.m., Sunday, September 16, 2018. I watched the fight on delay. Did not finish watching it live like most of you did. I have not seen any online reaction. I have not seen any YouTube comments, any YouTube videos, nothing. I just watched the HBO telecast, the fight, the post-fight commentary on HBO. I watched all the way up until the end credits roll and DirecTV popped up on my TV. You know, I have not seen any online reaction. No ESPN Sports Center, nothing like that. So this is me watching the fight, coming to you, telling you what I thought about the fight. All right? And my opinion will not change. I watch a fight, and I do not do another scorecard. This is found. All right? Round 1. 10-9 Canelo. Close round. Could go either way. Fight in the center of the ring. Both men throwing and landing. Felt Canelo landed more. Oh, and by the way, since I said that felt Canelo landed more, let me just say for anybody who tries to use CompuBox, you know, CompuBox numbers and stats for this fight, man, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, man. You know, CompuBox is not God. CompuBox, it does not always get it right. I see plenty of fights where I feel like I see a guy landing more than CompuBox did. You know, I'm wondering what CompuBox was looking at, man. You know, I don't always take what they say to the bank, man. They are not the be all end all. You know, I am the judge. I am watching this fight. I go off of what I see, not what CompuBox sees, not some guy with a little clicker. You know, I'm not gonna go off with you know, what he's saying. You know, I'm going off what I saw. All right. Now, round 2. I'm going off TravFDY. All right, TravFDY. These are my numbers, my stats, the way I see the fight. All right. Round 2. 10-9 Canelo. Big round for Canelo. Backing Golovkin up, landing flush, landing body shots. Right. Round 3, 10-9 Canelo. Golovkin getting outclassed in the middle of the ring. Golovkin taking deep breaths and breathing heavy near end of round. You know, as I said, once again, Golovkin getting exposed, man. The guy gasses, man. Triple G, gas. Gennadievich Golovkin. All right, that's his name. You know, it happened in the Kell Brook fight. And it happened in this fight. If you can stand your ground with Triple G, if you're not running away, if you're not all, you know, scared and afraid of power and falling down when you're getting hit and shit, if you can go toe-to-toe with the guy, man, the guy can gas, man. And the body shots made it worse. And in my opinion, It helped take away the power of Triple G. You know, later in the fight, even when Canelo was getting hit and somewhat hurt, it was not the same as if Triple G was a fresh fighter in the beginning of the fights. The way he was putting out a lot of guys, years ago. And also, I don't want to hear no complaints about Triple G age, saying, oh, Triple G got old, Triple G was old. You know, he was the favorite going into this fight. A lot of people picked him to win this fight. Just like they picked him in the first fight, said he won the first fight. So, no complaints about age, man. He was the betting favorite, man. You know, by the bookies and by the way people bet the fight. The guy was still the favorite. All right. Round 4, 10-10, even round. Golovkin was winning round, landed a great uppercut. Canelo made a comeback in the last 30 seconds. I felt he tied it up. All right, round 5, 10-9 Canelo. Golovkin on the back foot, breathing heavy. Canelo appearing to land more. Sanchez instructing, this was between the 5th and the 6th round. Sanchez, his big time instructions, this Abel Sanchez, this supposed great coach, who I am not a fan of at all. His instructions to Triple G, go out there and knock his ass out. That was the big instruction that Abel Sanchez gave to Triple G, getting desperate. He did not give any back foot instruction, do this, do that, technique, this, that. Go out there and knock his ass out. I have LOL in caps in my notes. All right. Round 6, he knew that Triple G was getting that work. Round 6, 10-9 Canelo. Golovkin looking like trash, backing up, getting outthrown and outlanded, gassing. Round 7, 10-9 Canelo. Canelo in the center of the ring, dictating the pace. Golovkin still backing up, being outthrown and outlanded. All right. Round 8, another 10-10 round, the second even round in the fight for me. Canelo won the first half. Golovkin came on in the second half. All right. Gave Golovkin credit for what he was doing in the second half of the round. All right. Round 9, 10-9 Canelo. Canelo was winning. Golovkin gassing. Golovkin starting to come on at the end. Felt Canelo did enough to take the round. Even though Golovkin was starting to make a comeback, I felt that Canelo had done, enough previously in the round to take the round. All right. Now, round 10, 10-9 Golovkin. This was the first round I gave Golovkin. All right. Hurts Canelo around the halfway point. This was the first time he really did anything significant to Canelo in the fight. Canelo slowed down in the last half. Appears to be getting tired. All right. Round 11. That was the even round for me. In my opinion, Canelo was taking a round off. He was on the back foot for the first time in the fight. First time in the fight. He did not go on the back foot until the 11th round of this fight. All right. And it was smart in my opinion because, in my opinion, he was dominating the fight. He was winning the fight. Hell, he was putting on a masterpiece in my opinion, basically. And, why go mano a mano and risk getting knocked out, gassing, getting caught, getting hurt, not being able to continue? So it was smart for him to move away, take the round off, all right? Golovkin was successful. Canelo went back to the center of the ring and started coming back. All right? So I had it even for those reasons, all right? Golovkin had his success, but, as the round, I don't know, I can't remember exactly at what point in the round, but Canelo went back to the center of the ring, and, he started to make a comeback on Triple G. So I gave him credit for what he did coming back in that round. All right. And finally, in the 12th round, 10-9, Golovkin. I gave Golovkin the last round. Just like in the first fight, I gave Golovkin the first round. A lot of people said they gave it to Canelo. I gave it to Golovkin. All right. For anybody who's saying I'm being biased for Canelo. All right. I gave the last round to Golovkin, 10-9. He landed more flush shots. And, of course, that was not enough. Again, my scorecard came out to be 118-113 for Canelo. And, if we give Triple G those even rounds, subtract 3 points from Canelo, he still wins 115-113. So I think that's it, guys. This has been a long post fight. I did not think it would be this long, but I wanted to get it all out, and I hope I'm not missing anything, man. You know, I covered the official judges. I covered Harold Letterman and his terrible scorecard. Of course, we know Jim Lampley, the biggest Triple G cheerleader. I saluted Roy Jones for calling it like it was, putting it on blast, saying that that Abel Sanchez they dared Canelo to stand in the middle of the ring and trade with Golovkin. That's what he did. Also, let me just say, terrible job by Golovkin being a sore loser, losing his O, losing his belts, storming out of the ring, going to the back, not doing an interview with HBO. If he would have won the fight, he would have been standing there, talking about big drama show and all this and that, He would have been gloating, and talking. He should have manned up. He should have walked over to Canelo, shook his hand, and and talked to Max Kellerman, man. Talked to his fans. He let his fans down. His fans booed his ass. When they showed him on the screen walking back in the dressing room, not giving an interview, not addressing the public, not addressing everybody at T-Mobile who paid good money to watch him fight, not addressing the pay-per-view audience who paid to watch him fight. So yeah, I'm criticizing Triple G for what he did, man. Being a sore loser, He didn't have to take this fight, man. He wanted the money. Abel Sanchez wanted the money. Tom Laughlin wanted the money. So I don't, do not be sore loser. Do not cry. Do not say I got screwed. Hey, and hey, look, we've seen some questionable Canelo scorecards in the past. So you knew that was a risk. So and you felt the guy was a cheater. If you feel he was a cheater, if you feel he would have a physical advantage in the ring, why would you fight him? So it's on Golovkin, man. I'm not feeling any sympathy for Golovkin, man. He took the fight. He took the fight, man. And I'm not gonna say that Canelo cheated for this fight. Because like I said, the guy was under the microscope. He failed. He had to roll in the clean box program. He did. And he got his ranking back. Golovkin took the fight. There was random blood and urine testing. He was subjected to testing at any time with the clean boxing program. It has not been announced that Canelo failed in test. Now, if days, weeks, months after this fight, if it comes out that he failed for a test during this fight, that would be different. But if that is not reported, then I don't know. No complaining about drug testing and cheating and all that. Don't want to hear it. Do not want to hear it. But I'm criticizing Golovkin, man. And if you want to go by damage, like some people like to talk about, damage and all this kind of shit, which always, don't matter. Because guy can be winning a fight, dominating the fight. In the last round, he could take a beating and, still win. All right? But if you want to go off the physical damage, Canelo had a scratch right here. Other than that, that was it. Golovkin was cut up. He had big black bruises over here when he was walking down the hallway and shit, all mad like Terminator, in the hallway, in the back. He looked like the more beat up fighter, man. So I don't wanna hear it, man. Canelo won this fight, man. Even if you feel my scorecard is wide, I scored it for the right guy. Meridian Wisefield scored it for the right guy. Letterman was wrong. He was way off. And I think Letterman, I'm pretty sure he scored it for Golovkin in the first fight. Feeling that, he was the aggressor, all this and that. So how can he score it for Golovkin in the first fight when they felt like Canelo was running, but then in the second fight, Golovkin clearly was the one who was on the back foot more, and Canelo was more of the aggressor, man. This was a career-defining performance by Canelo, man. I salute Canelo, man. I give it up to the guy, man. A smaller guy, undersized middleweight, moving up, fighting an all-time great middleweight, a power puncher. He was the underdog. He stood in the middle of the ring with this guy, took this guy's best punches, man. Outboxed this guy, man. Was beating this guy to the punch, was gassing the guy with body shots, and won the fight clearly, in my opinion, man. So, I think that's it, guys. And let me say, Canelo said that 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 they can have the third fight if the public wants it. He said and did the right thing, man. But you know what? Oscar needs to step up. Bernard needs to step up. Even if Canelo does not order them to do this, man, which he could if he wanted to, he could just sit, fall back and let them do the talking. All right, what Oscar and Bernard need to do, what they should do, they should say, you know what, we'll fight Triple G again, and this is a businessman approach. They say, you know what, we'll fight Triple G again, but he needs to fight he needs to fight either Dana Jacobs and get a belt, or he needs to fight Billy Joe, the winner of Billy Joe and Demetrius Andrade. He needs to fight one of those guys, get a belt, and then we can fight in September of 2019. In a unification. Cause as far as I'm concerned, which is what I want to see. I want to see Canelo fight David Lemieux, man. I want them two guys to fight, man. That's a great style matchup. Two power punchers, man. I give David Lemieux a chance in that fight, man. If that fight's in the middle of the ring and they trading, and David Lemieux's landing on Canelo, man. Canelo showed a great beard, but still, man. We saw what David Lemieux can do, man. We've seen what this guy can do, man. He's one of the best punchers pound for pound in sport. Curtis Stevens has not been in the ring, I don't believe, since he knocked him out cold. Sent him to the hospital. And now Spike O'Sullivan, tugged on the Canadian Superman's cape and got knocked out bad, man, after talking a lot of shit, man, pissing Lemieux off. So, Cinco de Mayo 2019, I want to see Canelo versus David Lemieux. Lemieux's a WBA mandatory. Canelo has that belt. He has a super belt now. So I would love to see that fight, man. That fight needs to happen for history's sake. That's an easy fight for Golden Boy to make, man. They both under the Golden Boy banner. And they can say, hey, Golovkin, they can age the guy, drag it out even more for the guy, man. Say, you want a third fight? Go out and beat, the winner of Jacobs, Derevchenko, or the winner of Saunders and Demetrius Andrade. Fight one of those guys. Hell, if those two guys don't unify, which they could, hell, because Eddie has Jacobs and Andrade. If those two win those fights, he could put those two guys together. So, they could just let Triple G get even older, man. Let him get another year. So I think that's it, guys. I think I've covered all. If I missed anything, I'll put it in the comment section. But I hope you enjoyed the fight. I hope you enjoyed the fight tonight. If you bet, I hope you made some money. And I will check in with you guys soon, man. Thanks for watching.